The world economy is collapsing. Elon Musk has once again warned that a recession is more likely than not, and has expressed a super bad feeling about the economy. He thinks that the next recession will come sooner rather than later, and has even given a surprising take on the situation. Elon's concerns are not unfounded, and the ground realities prove it. The uncertainty about the world economy has been in the air for quite a while now. Even though Joe Biden has publicly said that a recession is not inevitable, Elon Musk seems to think otherwise. His negative outlook on the economy has been endorsed by many Wall Street executives. One of them is JPMorgan boss Jamie Dimon, who has likened the upcoming recession to a hurricane down the road coming our way. But how did we get here? Well, it all started with the pandemic, but that's not the only reason. The truth is that the current predicament of the economy is unique. There are a number of contributing factors that paint a gloomy picture of the economy. 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic, rising lockdowns in China, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the spectacular crypto crash, and the state of the US economy have all resulted in everyone saying the same thing. The world economy is collapsing and you need to prepare for it right now. For many observers, the impending collapse may look a bit sudden because just 6 months ago, it seemed like everything was booming. By the end of 2021, the US economy was growing at a better than expected rate of 6.9%. So 2022 started with great optimism. After 2 years of stalled economic activity, this was the year of recovery. But not even 6 months have passed and the economic uncertainty is greater than ever. From South Asia to Europe, and from Africa to the Americas, markets are threatening to derail and the optimism has mostly vanished. Even though most experts were bullish on the economy, Elon Musk warned of the coming disaster. In December, Musk expressed his gut feel that a recession would likely happen in the spring or summer of 2022, but no later than 2023. And here we are closely following forecasts and statistics, trying to understand where we are headed. According to Robin Brooks, chief economist of the Institute of International Finance, we aren't heading in the right direction. We're in another global recession scare now, except this time, we think it's for real. And the numbers back up the fears expressed by Musk and Brooks. The US economy shrank at a rate of 1.4% in the first quarter of 2022. Meanwhile, the Fed rates have hiked to a level last seen 3 decades ago, and the inflation saw the levels last seen in the aftermath of the oil shock of the 70s. At the time, Fed Chairman Paul Volcker was there to break the back of inflation. However, what we got in return was what we are fearing now, an outright recession. At this point, a recession is no longer a risk, but a more than likely event waiting to unfold. According to Goldman Sachs, the US faces a 30% chance of hitting a slump over the next year. That is significant because the bank's previous forecast put that risk at 15%. The company also projects that there's a 48% probability of a US recession over the next 2 years. The international institutes don't see much of a silver lining either. In April, the IMF expected annual growth of 3.6% this year. However, it has already cut its forecast to 2.5%, while some believe that 0.5% is a more realistic figure at the moment. The number from the US are damning, but a global recession may actually be accelerated by the collapse of another economy, China. China accounts for almost 1/5 of the world's total output. And when the country shuts down because of COVID, the whole world has to take note because the global supply chains are all too dependent on them. As China suffers the strain of persistent lockdowns, cargo ships are queuing outside the country's ports. The country's manufacturing and retail sectors have started to contract, while industrial production is down 3%. China's home sales have also dropped more this year than in early 2020 when its economy went into reverse. Elon Musk and Tesla may get caught up in China's slump as the Shanghai Gigafactory tries to catch up with its production targets through the constant lockdowns. Across the ocean from the US, Europe's economy is dealing with its own quagmire, as inflation has surged past the 7% mark. Most of it is down to the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the higher energy prices. On top of that, the incomes have stagnated and there's a cost of living crisis sweeping across the continent. Europe is currently in the midst of a stagnant quarter, and even though most European leaders have expressed hope of recovery, most experts remain skeptical. Chances are that the economic growth will stay below 1% as Europe continues to adjust to soaring food and energy prices. Despite the alarm bells, Elon Musk has a different view on the upcoming recession. The Tesla founder believes that a recession may not be the worst thing to happen and may cleanse out a few bad actors in the economy. In a controversial take, Musk was of the opinion that a long economic boom results in the misallocation of capital. In Musk's words, it starts raining money on fools. Even though his statement attracted criticism, we have witnessed what Musk is saying in the past. A booming economy often results in economic bubbles where companies without a solid business model start inflating. That was witnessed during the dot-com bubble of the late 90s and early 2000s that ended in a rapid fall and a recession. Elon Musk thinks that we are in a time where some bankruptcies are necessary for course correction and for the economy to come back stronger. Companies with junky business models need to die so that they stop consuming resources and new businesses can crop up in their place. Another reason that Elon Musk doesn't think of the recession to be a bad thing is his dislike for the COVID-19 related changes. In view of the world's richest man, the COVID-related work-from-home mandates have compromised the work ethic of the American people, and they have stopped working hard. A recession would act as a rude awakening that will bring back the days of hard work and prosperity. Elon's dislike for the work-from-home mandates was much publicized recently when he allegedly told Tesla employees to return to the office for 40 hours a week or simply quit. For Elon Musk, Tesla became the successful company that it is today by putting in hours at the workplace and not by phoning in. When pressed on the matter on Twitter, Elon doubled down on his position on the matter and responded by saying that the employees who wanted to work remotely should pretend to work somewhere else. Elon's uncompromising attitude towards the Tesla employees may be connected to the upcoming recession. History tells us that the vehicle industry is often the first one to suffer the consequences of an economic downturn. As a leading car manufacturer, Tesla may bear the brunt of the latest economic collapse. He acknowledged the situation on Twitter and pointed to the bankruptcy of GM and Chrysler during the last recession. In a philosophical manner, he concluded that only the paranoid will survive. As for Tesla, the impacts of a slowing economy may already be showing. Elon Musk has already announced plans to cut 10% of the company's salaried workforce. Tesla currently employs close to 100,000 employees, only one-third of which are salaried workers. So the decision will mean that Tesla's employment count will be reduced by 3.5%. However, the company will hire more hourly workers instead. Elon Musk will hope that the changes in Tesla's operations bring a change in the company's fortunes because Tesla stock has already seen a 40% decrease this year. With a recession in sight, this may plummet further. But it's not just Tesla. SpaceX will also suffer the impacts of a failing economy. Elon Musk is aware of the threat and has called bankruptcy a very real possibility for SpaceX. Despite a potential hit to his companies, Elon Musk still believes that a recession that will most probably stay for 12 to 18 months is not all bad. Maybe he has a plan for the future, like he always does. But the truth is that nobody can predict what will happen over the next 12 months. Elon Musk thinks a recession is closer than previously thought, and so do some CEOs on Wall Street. Whether things will unfold this way remains to be seen, but given the complexity of issues confronting the economy, it might be a wise choice to start preparing now.